Wow, what a great speech. Does that show what the America we stand for is? Absolutely. Thank you, President Biden.
Let's just take a look at the facts. When I took office, the economy was in ruins. My predecessor was the first president since Hebert Hoover, not a joke, to lose jobs in the entirety of his administration, the first. I took action to ease the burden of student debt for millions of working and middle-class families. My friends on the right, they criticized the move. But I'm never going to apologize. And even though my Republican friends in Congress seem to be hoping for a recession, many of them, present company excluded, under the Republican plan, some big corporations are going to go back to paying zero again. That's the plan. I would argue it's reckless and irresponsible and will make inflation worse if they succeed. And because of the action we've taken, gas prices are declining. We're down $1.25 since the peak at this summer, and they've been falling for the last 3 weeks as well, and adding up real savings for families. Today, the most common price of gas in America is $3.39, down from over $5 when I took office.
Great job. That was well done. Everyone, they're giving you a standing ovation.
We're doing all this by reducing the deficit at the same time. I don't want to hear about big spending Democrats creating the deficit. Let me give you the facts. The very deficit reduction that the Republicans voted against when they opposed the Inflation Reduction Act. This year, the deficit under our leadership is falling by $1.4 trillion. Let me say it again. This year alone, the deficit is down $1.4 trillion. In my first year in office, the deficit fell one year by $350 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, the largest ever one-year cut in American history on the deficit, cut the deficit in half. As I said, it follows a historic drop of $350 billion last year. And we're going to reduce the deficit by another $250 billion over the next decade. Why? A big part of that is because corporations are finally going to have to pay something. 15% minimum tax.
Continuing to repeat this, we reduce the deficit thing that feels like sort of irrelevant.
No, the reduce the deficit is real. $1.4 trillion, that's what he talked about just last week, and that is historic as well. In 1 year, that's what the president has been able to do. Those are real numbers that matter as we talk about inflation, as we talk about the economy.
It just happened on its own.
No, but it is actually the policies that he has taken that has helped reduce the deficit.
And although it may not feel like it for everyone, people's incomes went up last quarter more than inflation went up, and enough growth. So economic growth is up, the price of inflation is down, real incomes are up, and the price of gas is down. Folks, continue to spend. And a close to a hometown girl, a senator from upstate New York, Kristen Gillibrand. She gets things done. I learned a long time ago, when Kristen calls and asks something, just say yes. just do it right away, because you're going to do that anyway. So, good being with you, kid. And look, it's a hell of a delegation. I think it's one of the best delegations in the country, and Chuck is a great majority leader. Getting big things done. And we wouldn't be here today. It's not hyperbole. We wouldn't be here today without him. And Kristen's, as I said, hometown here in upstate New York. She's a fighter for families in this area. If you have a seat, take it. If you don't, I'd probably leave. We passed tax credits to help families buy energy-efficient appliances, put solar panels on their homes, help them buy an electric vehicle, weatherize their home. Things that are going to save, it's estimated by the utility companies, an average of $500 a year for the families, and much more if they were to purchase a vehicle.